ChatGPT said. I never imagined that one reckless decision could completely unravel the course of my life, but that's exactly what happened. Daniel and I had been together for nearly 4 years, and to those around us, we were the picture of a perfect relationship. But something inside me began to shift. I blamed everything but myself: stress, routine, emotional fatigue. I convinced myself I deserved more excitement, more attention. So, when a colleague began to flirt, I didn't shut it down. I welcomed it. What started as a seemingly harmless lunch turned into a kiss, and soon, into nights laced with lies. I told myself I would end it. I'd come clean. But I never did. The affair dragged on for 3 months. It wasn't love, not even close. It was impulsive, shallow, and rooted in selfishness. Meanwhile, Daniel remained the kind, reliable man he had always been. Thoughtful, loyal, loving. And in comparison, I became someone I didn't recognize, someone I was ashamed of. I thought I was being careful. I truly believed I was hiding it well, until one evening, I came home late to find Daniel seated at the kitchen table. He wasn't angry. He didn't raise his voice. He just looked at me and quietly asked, "Is there something you want to tell me?" My stomach dropped. I shook my head, lied straight to his face, told him everything was fine. He simply nodded, rose from his chair, and walked out the door. He didn't return that night. The silence that followed was more deafening than any argument we had ever had. I wept the entire night, gripped by the realization that what I had broken might never be fixed. The following morning, I found a small box on the kitchen counter with my name written on it. There was no note, just the box beside the cup of coffee he'd prepared for me, untouched. I stood there frozen, unsure if it was a farewell or some kind of symbolic gesture. When I finally opened it, I saw a delicate silver locket resting inside. I recognized it instantly. It was the one I had admired months ago in a quaint antique store. I'd never told him I wanted it, but somehow he remembered. Inside the locket was a tiny folded slip of paper. My hands trembled as I opened it. It read, "I loved you at your highest, and I stayed through your lowest. But I won't be someone you settle for. Let this be a reminder. Someone once saw your worth, even when you forgot it yourself." My knees buckled beneath me. I sank to the floor, clutching that locket like it might rewind time. My sobs echoed through the empty house. Daniel never blocked me, never shamed me publicly. He simply vanished. Quietly. Completely. He moved out, changed his number, left no trace. Not a single forwarding address. Our shared friends respected his choice and never passed along any information. I later heard he'd accepted a new job in another city. He never answered my messages, never responded to my apologies. He had removed me from his life with no hatred, just silence. And somehow, that devastated me more than any form of revenge ever could. I wore that locket for weeks, unable to part with it. Every time I touched it, I felt both cherished and condemned. It symbolized everything I had lost because of my own choices. I tried to move forward. I dated, went to therapy, read self-help books about forgiveness and growth. But nothing felt real after Daniel. Nothing compared to the genuine connection we once shared. Eventually, I stopped searching for a replacement. I began rebuilding myself instead. Years went by. I stopped wearing the locket, but I couldn't throw it away. It stayed in a drawer next to my passport and some old photos. It became a cursed treasure, beautiful, but soaked in regret. One afternoon, I ran into Daniel's sister in a bookstore. She recognized me immediately, but her expression wasn't bitter. We exchanged small talk, awkward and cautious. As she turned to leave, she looked into my eyes and said, "He's doing well. He found someone who makes him feel safe. I hope you find peace too." I smiled and nodded. Then I went to my car and cried for 20 minutes. It wasn't just guilt. It was grief for the woman I used to be, for the life I'd ruined with my own hands. That locket wasn't just a parting gift, it was a reflection. It showed me who I had become and who I could have been. Daniel, in his quiet way, had given me closure most people never receive. People often ask if I regret cheating. The answer is painfully simple. I regret not recognizing what I had when I still had the chance to protect it. The true gift wasn't the locket. It was Daniel's love, steadfast, quiet, unforgettable. And all I have left now is a silver chain and a note I reread whenever I forget the weight of what I lost.